Hi everybody, this is Ashley with Ashley Says So, and I am back with another old Hollywood scandal. And I want to tell you first off, do not forget to go get your subscription to Scentbird. You can get it right now for $8.47. Secondly, I want to say thank you so much to my Miss Brenda Angel. Thank you so much for the Amazon gifts that you sent from my Amazon wish list. I truly appreciate it. And thirdly, put your little innocent church ears off to the side, because we about to talk about some worldly, secular stuff tonight. Now, child, if y'all watched my Tanqueray video, then you got a little bitty taste of this showgirl Monica Kennedy. And I really ain't got no business doing her because of the shock value. But y'all requested it in the comments, and I found a little bit about her. So let's talk about the scandalous, oh so sexy showgirl Monica Kennedy. Let's get to it. All of my videos are for entertainment purposes. Everything in them is rumor, gossip, and scandal that I get from books, word of mouth, on TV. Let's get to it. Monica Kennedy was born in Amelia County, Richmond, Virginia in the year 1946. We do not have her mother and father's name, but we do have information telling us that her mother and father tried very hard to shelter Monica. They wanted her to walk a very religious path, but their sheltering was in vain. You see, Monica was very social and vivacious even as a child. And as she got older and pretty looks were added to the equation, everybody wanted to hear what Monica had to say. Now, this made her parents very fearful because they lived in a little small, very racist town. But even though the racist white adults might have hated Monica and might have wished her harm, their teenaged farmhand sons whistled and hollered every time Monica walked by. And per Monica, this is the type of attention that she loved. Now, by the time she was a full-blown teenager, the very religious and oppressive town and family that she came from started to be overbearing for Monica. She said she wanted to be able to kiss and cuddle on her latest boyfriend without being made to drop to her knees and beg for forgiveness afterward. And she also hated how the town, white and black folks, always had so much to say about her. Because although Monica was flirtatious, she was fun, she actually was not a loose girl. Per rumor, she didn't even lose her virginity until she got married. She just was a social butterfly. And she was very flirtatious, like I said before, but she wasn't doing more than that. And so everybody always whispering behind her back, acting like she was the worst thing on the planet, that just got to her. And so at the age of 16 years old, Monica packed up her belongings and headed off on her own to Boston, Massachusetts. When Monica got to Boston, she lied about her age to secure a secretary position, but she decided very quickly that working long days just to get slow money was not for her. And so she signed up for modeling school. And modeling was just supposed to be the gateway for Monica. Gossip claims what she really wanted to do was get big in modeling and kind of parlay that career into acting or singing. But before Monica could become any of that, a huge distraction got in her way, and his name was Stelios. And Stelios was a gorgeous young hunk of a man who had just gotten off of the boat from Greece. Her Monica, as soon as she and Stelios saw each other, she was head over heels. And so they began dating within a matter of days. Matter of fact, within a few months, they decided they wanted to get married. And so Monica proudly brings her handsome beau back to Virginia, and she parades him in front of her family. They have the wedding, everything is great. But when the young couple pack up to go back to Boston, police comes knocking at their door. It turns out Stelios had snuck into the country illegally. And now the immigration police were telling him that since he had done that, not only does he have to return to Greece this minute, but he could never step foot in the United States again. And so just like that, Monica was alone once again. And so she decided to leave Boston, and she ended up going to New York, and she became a go-go dancer. And as soon as Monica stepped on the scene, her beauty became such a commodity that she was just booked for show after show after show. She even did a dance performance with Don Rickles. And then she was booked to dance on TV. She danced behind the Beach Boys, behind the Ronettes. She danced behind Liza Minnelli. She also became a cage dancer on the Clay Cole Show. And this life excited Monica terribly, but she still felt like she was one step behind. So Monica decided that she wanted to be the celebrity that was walking on stage and have people dancing behind her. And she ended up meeting a man who promised her that he could do just that. His name was Saul Goodman. Saul Goodman approached Monica with all of the right words. I heard you wanted to be a star. You already have the looks. You have the talent. We just have to break you in the door. Then he proceeds to tell Monica that the best way to break into the show business door to become an actress, singer, whatever she wanted, is by doing burlesque dancing. All she had to do was become the biggest burlesque star of all. And this is what Monica needed to hear. And so she hit the ground running. She put this big, long, platinum blonde wig on her head. She made sure her body was shimmering all over. And one last touch that became one of her signature things, she shaved her hair down there into the shape of a heart. And to be honest with you, I don't know if Monica's razor blades was working too good, child. Cause honey, that show was a big old heart. It's actually kind of weird seeing a wolf TT, with the shape of a heart. I just ain't never seen nothing like it. Gossip claims sometimes she would stand up and even make that heart beat. And then when the holidays came about, she would dye her hair down there for like 4th of July, Christmas, anything like that. Monica's audiences got a kick out of it. But in order to be the best and to stay on top, you have to keep coming up with more stuff. So the folks say that Monica started having full-blown sex with stuff on the stage. First, it started off with a woman's toy. After that wore out, she would kind of come out on stage with her legs and knees together, and then she would open her legs wide, and it would be a lit sparkler between her legs. And then the folks say she moved on to smoking cigarettes with her TT. And I'm talking about blowing full-blown smoke rings with her TT. I'm not sure how she did that. Then she would do stuff with wine bottles, and gossip claims she would even do things with a man's head. Child, these folks say that Monica Kennedy would demand a man come and stand on the edge of the stage, and then when he got there, she would come and kind of squat down on his head and do all these motions and all this kind of stuff. Then said one time she did that mess, and when she was finished, she kind of stood up, and when she did, had that man's toupee stuck up in her TT. And don't let you be a man in the audience with glasses on. She would tell these men with the glasses to give her the glasses, then she would put it inside of herself, the front and the back, and then she would hand it back to the gentleman. And my hair is already blue back, as well as yours probably should be, but wait until I tell you what she did to the hecklers. Rumor has it one time she had put on a show and she was at the very end, and she had a guy in the audience that kept saying, "Take it off, take it off." But she had already taken everything off. And so the story says that Monica got fed up and agitated, and so she told the man, "Hey, you, come up here." And said the man comes stumbling up there drunk and all this kind of stuff. And Monica was like, "You want me to take some more off?" And the man sitting up there, "Yeah, I said take it off." Child, why come the folks say that Monica plucked some TT hairs out and threw it on that man's head? Listen, I am sorry, but this is what the folks is saying. And so as you can see, Monica Kennedy was full of tricks. But the problem is that once she would start doing her tricks, a lot of the other burlesque dancers who were willing to take it there would start doing the same tricks that she was doing. So she always wanted to stay on top of the game. And so she really became outlandish after a while. Rumor has it Monica upped the game big time when she would have show nights that were called Dining with a Show. And the meal that came with the show was called a box lunch. And at these shows, rumor has it Monica would come out on the stage and she would do her dance, and then at the end she would bring out a chair and a pan, a little silver pan, and she would sit it up under the chair. Then she would take a flavored dish. Then after all of the liquid had ran out, she would pull out some whipped cream, put it all down there, and then put a cherry on top, and then tell them lunch was served. And every man in that line would come up and do some crunching and munching. But some of those men had other tastes. You know, they wasn't big on the crunching and munching. They were big on the throaty boaty. Child, the folks say that she would pull out a hot dog and have it sticking out, and those men would throat and boat the hot dog. And honey, what about the men that told Monica that they didn't want the full course meal, they wanted the leftovers? Baby said that those were the men that Monica lined up in front of the stage and gave a golden shower to each one. Oh, and then just to touch up on that short story that I gave you about Monica Kennedy in the Tanqueray video, remember when I told you guys that Monica had all of the men in the front row pour champagne on their jimmies, and then she came over and throated boated all of those men? Remember on that video, I think I told you it was like 40 men. Gossip claims it was actually 79 men in that front row that she did that to. And what's crazy about all of this is I wonder if Monica ever paused what she was doing to go back to her manager Saul Goodman and ask him, hey, I am doing like the pinnacle of this thing. When can I transition into acting? I'm wondering if she ever asked him that, or if she just decided she was good with the money that she was making in burlesque, because rumor has it her base pay for her shows was $10,000 a night. Sometimes could even jump up to $15,000 a night. So, you know, maybe she just forgot all about the acting career and didn't want to do that anymore. And y'all, I realize this is more of just a short shock factor video instead of a real scandal, but honey, I hate to say it, the show got even raunchier. Allegedly, Monica Kennedy started doing shows where she would pick a prize winner of the night. And when she picked out this prize winner and she said, you're the prize winner, the man would jump up immediately and start ripping off of his clothes and running to the stage. And the reason he did this is because when he got on stage, Monica would tell him to lay down, and there would be actual relations going down, like full-blown sessions on the stage going down. And if you're wondering, all of this shocking behavior that Monica Kennedy was doing at her shows did not go unnoticed at all. The folks say she was actually arrested several times for her shows, but they couldn't hold her long. It was just something similar to public indecency, so she would get right back out and continue doing the same thing. Now, by the early to mid 1970s, Monica did remarry to an Italian man, and she also gave birth to 2 daughters. And many people thought that this was really the end of her raunchy showgirl career, because rumor has it she put a pause on that and she created a band, and it was called Monica Kennedy and the Family Jewels. And the band got some gigs, but it really just did not make a lot of money. And so, you know, Monica went back to what was making a lot of money. But that money was not going to last forever. And in the 1980s, it started slowing down slowly but surely, because Monica had some competition. And I'm not talking about other burlesque dancers. It was actually adult films. You see, adult content had been around for a while, but you used to have to go to movie theater houses to get that kind of content. Well, by the time the 1980s came around, you know, you could get them on VHS tape and watch them on your VCR. So a lot of men stopped going to these theaters or to these showgirl shows when they could just buy them some porno tapes and take them home and watch them in the comfort of their own home and do whatever they wanted to do. And so that was Monica's initial slowdown to her income and to her shows. But then also she was getting older. You know what I'm saying? She had had children. And while her body still looked very nice, very put together, just regular age started to show. You know, she started to sag a little bit. You know, her face started to get a little bit of wrinkles. But she still could pull a pretty good crowd, especially her regulars. Honestly, more than the looks on Monica's outside body, it really was the inner body that started to experience a lot of wear and tear. Gossip claimed one time after a show, she needed some ice cubes because she needed to gargle the ice cubes, because during that last show, she had did the throaty boaty on several men. skin, and now her throat was always aching, always swole, and so she started to have to gargle with ice cubes just to get some relief. Now, during Monica's slowdown, it wasn't like she was just kind of discarded and forgotten. You know, actually, a lot of the adult film stars paid homage to her because they felt like without Monica Kennedy doing whatever she was doing on stage and starting to push the limits the way she did, they felt like that opened up a career for them. So she was very close to people like Jermain and also Gloria Leonard and a few others. By the time the late 90s, early 2000s came around, Monica Kennedy retired from show business completely. Rumor has it she ended up changing her name and living a regular life. In fact, the last known thing that I found about Monica Kennedy was in the year 2018 when somebody tracked her down in Las Vegas. She was living in a gated community for elderly people. They did an interview with her, and Monica let it be known that, you know, she had no apologies to make. You know what I'm saying? She did not regret her life for a moment. She did say something about, you know, not having the money that she probably should have had, but oh well, she said she would do it all again. And that was pretty much the end of that. Later on that same year of 2018, Monica Kennedy ended up passing away at the age of either 71 or 72 years old. And since Monica's story was so short and kind of ended so abruptly, I'm not even sure how to really finish this video. I will say that I have never ever read about somebody so scandalous and so out loud with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I admire how she lived her life, did what she wanted to do, and didn't make any apologies for it. Especially when you come to old Hollywood scandals or people that are older. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they live very wild back then, and then when they get older, you know, they make all kind of apologies or they try to hide it. Or some of them even say, you know, it wasn't their fault. And I suppose it's because they're ashamed. But with Monica, baby, ain't none of that, honey. You know what I'm saying? She was who she was as a young woman, and she was who she was at the end. So anyway, she gets all of my respect for that. I do want to say, as far as a next video, I am working on a member video and a regular video simultaneously. This was kind of just a short video to kind of put out there because, like I said, a lot of y'all had kind of requested to know more about Monica Kennedy. Anyways, this is the end of the old Hollywood scandalous short shock factor video of Miss Monica Kennedy. If you guys enjoyed the story, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.